Hello, air signs. Welcome to this reading. It's raining really hard and I'm just walking around downtown. But I've been connecting with your energy since this morning. I was going to do a card reading for you today, and then I've just had messages coming through the whole time. So I feel like I needed to hop on and do this reading just to give you these messages. I am going to warn you that there's a little bit of explicit language coming through for you. So if that offends you, please just hop over this video. But the first message that came through for you today was these rap lyrics from this song. But the part of the song that kept coming through was, "You're the baddest bitch." But it was coming through like super confident, like, you are going to weather this storm and this is not your fault. You have the tools to weather it, and you need to remember that you are not just equipped to weather this storm. You are a bad bitch. And I just kept getting that so strongly. And then this message was coming through. I'm sorry about the wind sound if that's coming through the microphone, but I kept getting this message about the old Boston Art Museum, the Boston Art Heist years ago, when there was priceless works of art were stolen from this museum in Boston, and the way that the thieves got in was that they were dressed like policemen and saying that there was an alarm that had gone off, and then they tied up the staff, the night staff, and then they stole the art, and it still hasn't been recovered and they still don't know who did it. But I feel like this message is coming through for you in the sense that somebody gained your trust by showing you a side of themselves that triggered something in you that said, I can trust this person. They're trustworthy and I'm safe with them. And then once you let them in, they tied you up and they stole your art. And you were left wondering, what the heck happened and what did I do to deserve this? And the message is coming through that you did nothing to deserve this. This says everything about the other person. I do feel like this is a work situation, and I do feel like I'm also connecting with somebody who either works from home or is like a stay-at-home mom or something, where you don't get a paycheck for what you do, but it's still work. And so I do feel like this has to do with somebody who you were trying to work with, or you were trying to collaborate with, or somebody who was a new friend, but you let them in, and it was because you were trusting and because they led you to believe you could trust them. But I'm hearing now that you're nobody's puppet. You cannot be manipulated in the way that this person or situation wanted to manipulate you, and you can weather the storm because you're the baddest bitch. I also feel like there's something coming through about a sloth. Like I see the eyes of a sloth, and I do feel like you need to move slowly out of the situation. It's like backing out of a snake den where you've encountered the snake, you've encountered the viper, but if you don't back away slowly, it's going to strike. And so I do feel like it's good for you to be aware that this is what the situation is, and that this person is not, or this situation or these people, it's not what you expected. It's not what they held themselves out to be, but that you can get yourself out of it. You can untangle yourself, but you need to move slowly and purposefully. And by doing that, by backing out, by being the sloth, by moving with slow purpose and grace, that you're going to be able to learn what you were supposed to learn from the situation and move on from it, and you'll be stronger. So I do feel like there's somebody who's been really worried and feeling really guilty that you got yourself into this situation. Maybe you feel like you dragged somebody else into it as well. But just know that everything that happened had to happen. So I think I'm hearing that you need to be unrecognizable as well. Like I just saw somebody I knew and I was waving like that with my free hand and they didn't see me. And I felt like, oh, that has to do with this reading as well. That maybe you need to go a little bit inward and not put yourself totally out there right now. This was not your fault. It was not your fault for putting yourself out there with this person or these people or this situation. It was not your fault. But it's okay to cut yourself off from other people. It's okay to ascend, to grow, and to not be the same person that you were. You're under no obligation to never change. And you're allowed to ascend and grow and evolve and learn from this. And so that's the main message that was coming through. And I'm glad that I got it out because I was going to start writing down quotes. And I do feel like there's also there was a moment earlier where I saw a woman standing in a house kind of bracing herself with her arms and legs, with her legs out like a triangle, and her arms were holding onto the furniture like she was bracing herself for a tornado. And so maybe this hasn't hit yet, but I feel like you are being called to brace yourself because then you can absorb the blow instead of getting knocked over by it. But I do feel like these were all the messages coming through for you right now. And I really appreciate you being here. And I hope this resonated. And if you need any other info from me on my offerings or my readings, private readings, please see the description box below. And I would love if you would subscribe to this channel. Every subscription helps. This channel grows so much. And I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Bye.